Hi, this is Dima from JetDev, and today I'd like to talk about spinning up Drupal development environments. I'd like to share the way we use here at the JetDev to start and uh, develop Drupal projects. So here is Drupal Boilerplate. It's just a wrapper explaining the way we start development and with just Docker and Visual Studio Code. I believe in a couple of minutes you'll get understanding how to spin up your development env, which will be running Drupal and all the tools needed for professional development like xDebug. So let's start. Let me guide you through the steps needed to start your own environment, and I'll start from reading the documentation. And in our getting started uh, portion of documentation, we have requirements. And as I said, we only need uh, Docker and Visual Studio Code installed in the system. No more PHP, no more Composer, just Docker and Visual Studio Code. Let me check what I have in my system. Let me check if I have PHP. No PHP, no Composer. Let me check what containers do I have. No running containers. Let me show you my stopped containers. Also nothing. Um, Looks like it's really fresh system. Um, so let me open my Visual Studio Code. It's a regular one with dev containers extension installed. And this extension is just adds this two green arrows. We will be using them a little bit later. Uh, so just make sure when you have your fresh Visual Studio Code, just install the containers and make sure you have this green rows. Okay, let's start from the project setup steps. The first one is just cloning repo to your local machine. Let me copy the URL and open my terminal and run git clone Drupal boilerplate. Here we are. The next step is the next step is to navigate to the directory and run the following command. Let me copy the command cd Drupal boilerplate. Let's see the command. It is just standard composer create project command, which is run inside the container. Let me hit enter, and this command will be just downloading a Drupal core and dependencies as per Drupal core recommended template. I believe in a couple of seconds we will see the message from the system that everything is ready. Yes, here we are. We have Drupal recommended project template uh, downloaded to our system. At this point, I should go to the project setup steps and see point number 4, open project with remote containers. For that, I will go to the code I have and run my Visual Studio Code. Code open. A new window just appeared, and we can explore what is inside. .dev container directory is containing all the configuration scripts and magic we use to start the and development environment. Drupal contains the vendors and Drupal core itself in web directory. So here it is, index.php. So we are ready to spin up our dev environment. And remember those green arrows. We just need to click on the icon and a set of options will appear. In our case, we need to use option reopen in container. Let me click, and Visual Studio Code will start spinning up the container using configuration from dev container directory. And in the terminal, we see that inside the container, we are trying to automatically download the latest dependencies. Then we run installation script for Drupal, which is starting install tasks. And finally, we have installation complete. We included settings local PHP and even run Drupal cron. And let me hit enter to close the installation script and open terminal. Congratulations. Basically, we have working system now. Right now, we look at the terminal, which is inside a Docker container. To explain that from outside, let me open my normal terminal and try to check what containers do I have now. Docker containers ls. And we have 3 fresh containers with MySQL, with Drupal boilerplate code, and adminer, the script to explore database inside MySQL container. And let me check now from inside. By default, we have Drush installed. So let me just type Drush status. And we can see that we have Drupal 10 with healthy MySQL connection. And looks like everything is ready to be used. But the question is, how can I open my Drupal site? For that, we have to navigate to ports tab. And we have currently 2 ports which are open. The first one is 8080, and it's used to access adminer. Let me show you. Let's open browser and type localhost 8080. And here we are. We have adminer working, and it's ready to connect to database. And to open Drupal site, we have to go to 8040. Here we are. We have running Drupal, and it's fresh Drupal boilerplate. Basically, that's it. But at the beginning of the video, I promised to show you how to debug your project. For that, let me open Visual Studio Code. And I already have breakpoint set on index.php on line 14. Just meaningful line to debug. Let me go to run and debug page in Visual Studio Code and start listening for the connections. Just click this green button and we see that xDebug is ready to listen to the connections. Let's open our site, refresh it, and xDebug just just found a breakpoint and start listening to the variables we have. We see locals, we have super globals. Let me just uh, go to the next line, and here we are. We have a new stuff appears here. So xDebug is working. Let me just stop it and check if the site is okay. Yes, it's working. Um, that's it. Um, I believe you will find this video helpful. In the future, I am planning to create a new video with actual explanation what is behind dev container and how is it configured. But that for the next Sunday. Thank you for watching. That video was created by me, Dima Danilevsky. I'm working at Jet Dev Company. Thank you for watching. Bye.